Integrated loyalty systems, helping our clients to operationalize exceptional customer experiences. Thank you for taking the time to watch this brief overview of our approach and how we believe we can help all of you at Cottage Rehabilitation Hospital reconnect to a service culture known for excellence, innovation, and excellent outcomes of care. To be successful, we must help you to do more than go back to the old way. Things have changed, and what was RISB is now part of Cottage. Leaders and staff alike have to be more than aware or bought into your service culture. They must also have the motivation and the tools to support that culture. And we want to make sure the changes we make last long after we've gone back to Florida. We'll show you how to hardwire all of the elements so that the changes stick. We're prepared to transfer our expertise to you so that you become self-sufficient in the care and nurturing of your improved service culture. We can do this because we have more than 85 years combined experience in customer service and training, with more than a decade focusing specifically on operationalizing service cultures in facilities like CRH. In addition, you know Jake Poor, and he has some history with you. And since you work together, Jake and the ILS team have been sharpening their tools with each subsequent client engagement, so you receive the benefit of the latest thinking as well as knowing where other clients have misstepped. All of this forms a unique combination of proven content, specific knowledge of how to successfully implement in a rehab hospital environment, and respect for your existing culture. All of which will result in the CRH way of creating world-class patient experiences. The reason we're so confident we can deliver this is that we have a plan. Although the CRH plan will likely differ somewhat, a look at the master plan ILS created for the National Rehab Hospital illustrates what we are prepared to do. Conduct a cultural assessment looking through the eyes of your patients and staff, even including an overnight stay or applying for a job. Host a leaders retreat where a vision for CRH's culture takes shape. Distill what was shared in the retreat into formally defined elements of your service culture and strategy, along with a leadership-wide commitment to those cultural elements. We'll work with you to create a communication vehicle that introduces the new culture. And we'll work with your senior leadership to be sure they're walking the talk, setting the example of treating the staff exactly like we want the staff to treat patients. We'll help your management team or cultural task force members clearly understand their role and provide them with tools to use to support the changes, while we enhance organizational tools like on-the-spot recognition programs to reinforce the global culture. We'll work with you to examine the physical environment, taking that important lesson from Disney that everything speaks, and look at waiting areas, signage, and what messages are you sending with your physical setting. We'll tackle new employee orientation, ensuring that CRH's service culture is highlighted in an engaging, interactive way, as opposed to a rundown of the top 50 ways to get fired. We'll stretch beyond new employee orientation to look at your recruitment and selection process as part of ensuring that what's said about working at CRH at the outset is in line with orientation and ultimately reflected in the reality that exists at each work location. And finally, we'll help you to develop a team of cultural ambassadors who will help to translate the global cultural issues down to the level of each department and work unit, and provide tools to communicate, coach, count, and celebrate service culture improvements in a way that is hardwired. However, we realize that just creating the culture is not enough. In CRH's situation, just like at NRH, the hospital is part of a larger system with its own cultural blueprints, reflected in things like a code of conduct. Whatever is ultimately created must simultaneously fit the cottage system and still reflect the unique CRH environment so that the staff understands that applies to me too. At NRH, we brought the MedStar elements and the NRH elements together under the same umbrella, pointing out the parallels to align the service messages coming simultaneously from NRH leadership, which they call New Value, and MedStar Health, which they call One Spirit. It's a course charted that has many twists and turns and is difficult to navigate under the best of circumstances. We look forward to the opportunity to help you successfully make your way through. For additional information or to discuss next steps, call us. We appreciate you taking the time to review this presentation. It would be our pleasure to work with you on this important engagement.